listen, this Michael Jackson movie is stacked. Listen, if this movie does not make $1 billion, if this movie does not make $1 billion, now, I say $1 billion, not 1.5. Somebody said 2 billion. Nah, come on now. Come back to reality, y'all. Come back to reality. I get it. Mike was beloved by everybody. $1 billion is cool. Okay, I'll take anywhere between $1 billion to 1.5. But this thing's not making more than 1.5 billion. Okay, I do believe it'll make more than Bohemian Rhapsody. Bohemian Rhapsody. So let's go. It made 900 million. So we gotta go looking. Now, what I'm more concerned about is the domestic. Okay, it's gonna make its money overseas all day, every day. I think it makes about 600 to 700 million overseas, internationally. I'm more concerned about domestically. Bohemian Rhapsody made $910 million worldwide. It made a shade under 700 internationally. I think Michael will do this or do better. Here's what I'm concerned about. I would need for Michael to make at least between 350 to 400 domestically. Okay. I would need Michael to make between 300 to 400 domestically. If it does that, we're on our way to $1 billion. I think it does $1 billion with heavy international numbers, but I want domestic numbers to be higher. Definitely higher than Bohemian Rhapsody. Definitely higher than 216. Like I said, 300 to 400 million domestically, it's over. It's over. Okay? But this cast, where did this go? Look who we got here, y'all. So we got Jafar playing the grown-up Michael. We got Miles Teller playing the manager John Brack. So I can tell by who they cast which stage of Michael's life they're gonna focus on. Now the good part is they will not bring up the child allegations because the Michael estate struck a deal to not mention the victims, which is why they had to reshoot for 3 weeks, because initially they had the whole allegations angle in it. So somebody dropped the ball on that one. Somebody forgot to tell Antoine, hey, we struck a deal with the victims and we can't talk about the victims. Okay. So this version is the Michael, when you got Jafar, John. So Jafar, yeah. So I can tell there's like 3 to 4 different eras of Michael. We got Coleman Domingo playing Joe Jackson. I think he'll do good. Like he played a mean, horrible mister in a good way. I think everyone, I believe hands down everybody's favorite Joe Jackson is played by what's his name, y'all? He was on the TV cop show, Barney Miller. I forget his name. Like he is the quintessential Joe Jackson. But I think Coleman Domingo will do a very good job as Joe Jackson. Hilton Jacobs. There you go. Hilton Jacobs is the original Joe Jackson. That's the one we all grew up with. The ABC special, The Jacksons. Right? Don't call me daddy, call me Joe. Right? We got Kat Graham playing Diana Ross. So this has to be, and she's pretty young looking. So this has to be the time when Mike was either on the show as a kid. Remember, reach out and touch somebody's hand. Okay, Kat Graham playing this. I'm more than sure, because she looks way too young. You know what I'm saying? To play an old Diana Ross. So that's this time frame when they moved from Gary to LA. That's the time frame. Okay, give me the motherfucking. I don't want the movie version. Is this it? Oh, this is upside down. Okay. So there was 2 times that I can recall. Yes, when he was young and then when he was older. Oh, it's not gonna give me the. Come on, man. Y'all know any other time when I look for this shit, I ain't gotta find it. Any other time I ain't gotta. So this is younger. This is older Mike. Yeah, you can't tell me they didn't have something going on. They were fucking. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care what y'all say. They were fucking at one point. I don't care what y'all say. Yeah, they had something going on. I can't see no other way. Now let's get to the next part. So we got Lorenz tape playing. So this version of Berry Gordy, this has to be the older version because we have a younger version of Berry Gordy played by, where's he at? Once again, you're going to have, I believe, 3 to 4 timelines of Michael. But as of right now, Lorenz Tate, Berry Gordy. Okay, Derek Luke playing Johnny Cochran. That was, remember, he hired Johnny for the abuse allegations. But I know for a fact they can't mention the victims. Matter of fact, hold up. I know what I'd be talking about. Yeah, they changed the ending. They sure did. Okay. Here's what happened. Oh, come on, man. I'm not doing this. Stop. I'm not doing this. I'm not paying for this shit. Stop it. Wait. What am I doing? Okay. Fuck out of here. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So, 22 days of additional shooting in June, 2 months after its intended release, going back in front of the cameras for nearly enough time to shoot an entirely separate film. Okay. They were supposed to do 2. They were going to do a part 1 and a part 2, right? So we'll leave off around 1980. That's before Thriller, before Bad, and well before the 93 allegations of child abuse, right? Okay. The movie apparently included scenes with a Jackson accuser whose settlement with his estate included the provision that he be not included in any dramatizations. And that was why they had to go back and do reshoots. Okay. So yeah, the estate signing off on it. Somebody dropped the ball. They didn't let the movie production know, hey, you can't put this in the movie because we have a deal with these people, right? Okay. So it is a 2-parter. So yeah, they reshot the entire 3rd act. Come on, man, I'm not doing this. Oh my God. Okay, let's give it to me, Yahoo. Okay. Right. Okay. An agreement between the Jackson estate and the pop star's accusers was already in place, stating that Jackson's accuser should not be included in the film. Okay. All right. Reshoots complete. Movie features a different ending. Additional photography and wrapped. Okay. So all of the footage of MJ's later King of Pop and scandal-plagued years, including 2 weeks of shooting at Neverland Ranch, now owned by Ron Burkle, is unusable. Due to the first cut being nearly 4 hours, Lionsgate had considered splitting Michael into 2 movies because of the reshoots and financial gamble. A second movie is not guaranteed. If this thing makes a bill, which it should, you get the second movie. Okay. Producer Graham King's plans to make a second Michael movie that would include all that stuff, plus a significant amount of additional yet to be shot footage, which stars Jafar Jackson. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Once again, that will now depend on how the film is received by audiences next April. Okay. I trust anything Antoine Fuqua is involved in, especially if he's the director. Okay, I trust in Antoine Fuqua. Okay, so let's go back to this. Nia Long is Catherine. Giuliano Valdi is young Michael. Laura Harry is Suzanne DePass. Right? Kendrick Sampson is Quincy Jones. Jessica Sula is Latoya. Debbie Rowe, It's Teresa Palmer. Teresa Palmer, right? This is interesting. Sheryl Crow is cast in this as well. This is the guy playing Dick Clark. This guy looks dead on Jackie. Joseph David Jones. He looks dead on Jackie. Holy cow. This is some good casting. Liv Simone plays Gladys Knight. Once again, you know what timeline this is. If you see a young ass woman playing Gladys Knight, this is so 2 timelines as a kid, and then when they moved to LA. Jamal Henderson is Jermaine Jackson. Okay, he's not looking the part right now, but I'm sure some makeup and prosthetics or something, he'll fit the part. Ryan Hill's Tito Jackson. Trey Horton is Marlon Jackson. Okay. Jaden is playing Jermaine. That's young Jermaine. Jamal's playing old Jermaine. Judah's playing young Tito. Here's Emily. She plays Sheryl Crow. So you already know that's probably the 3rd timeline when you found out Sheryl Crow was cool with Michael. Late 90s, mid 90s, right? Okay. So let's get to it. Let's check out the trailer together. I liked it. This shit banged. This shit, listen, streaming numbers gonna go through the fucking roof again. So let's check it out together as a collective. This man, the voice, oh my God, the voice caption on this, scary act to that scene. Because you see Coleman as Papa Joe. That's Coleman as Papa Joe. There's Nia's Mama Catherine. I think Coleman will play a very good Joe Jackson. But we all grew up with Hilton Jacobs as like the official Joe. I heard people complaining about the Thriller prosthetic makeup. I hear you. This may be problematic for some. People are very sticklers they want it to look exactly like it was shot. Back in what year was Thriller, y'all? They wanted to look, shot for shot. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. But you know what this is, though. The jacket tells you everything. This is not a make or break for me. I'm gonna see this movie regardless. The other complaint I was hearing was the size of his nose. People forget young Michael had a big ass bell pepper nose. It wasn't big as KRS-One, but Michael had a pretty good schnoz on him when he was younger. Even when he was a teenager. Matter of fact, early 20s. Off the Wall. Matter of fact, he had a sizable nose on Off the Wall. Off the Wall. Cover. Is this when he started messing with it? That's when he started messing with it. Off the Wall. Because you see how it's slender. Okay, where's that old Michael Jackson nose? Okay, no, let's do this. Young Michael Jackson nose. Yeah, before plastic surgery. Yeah, he had a good sized nose on him. So this is spot on. So everybody complaining about the size of his nose in the trailer, this is spot on. He had a big nose. This is a sizable nose. Okay? Michael Jackson had a big ass nose. All right? You see, he was playing with it. Definitely play with it some more for Thriller. Right? Even as a kid, he had a nose on him. Do you see? 75 to 79. So he started playing with his nose in 79. Okay? He didn't waste no time. First chance he got, let me chop this thing down a bit. Okay? So the prosthetic is correct. So everybody complaining and bitching and whining and moaning, his nose is too big. His nose is exactly this. It was this big. Okay, let's get back to it. I do wonder if they're going to cover the Pepsi accident. I wonder if they're going to cover the Pepsi accident. Because you have to mention his addiction to narcotics, to the pills, because that's how he became addicted to it, right? I would hope they put that in there, and don't skirt over it, like don't skim over that. That's a very important part of Michael's story, because that's how he got hooked on the pain pills. I hope they don't skirt over that. Okay, let's continue. Jesus Christ. The nose is accurate. People were like, the nose is too big. No, Michael's nose was this big. But oh my God, that voice. That voice is scary. It's dead on. It's dead on Mike. Once again, this should make $1 billion. All I care about is if it falls between 300 to 400 domestically. Internationally, this thing is gonna 700 easily. This thing is gonna beat Bohemian Rhapsody if everything goes the way it's supposed to go. Okay, but it should between 300 to 400 domestically. I don't care what it does internationally. It's gonna eat up internationally regardless. Okay. All right. Okay.